Adam, reflecting on last week's game, you've had a chance to review it. Just what are your thoughts now?
Yeah, we collectively as staff kind of confirmed some of the stuff we thought last Sunday. We had a really, really good performance for the most part. I think our out of possession stuff we nailed really, really well. The girls carried out the game plan that we asked them to. In possession, we had some really, really good moments, but ultimately just didn't find that sort of final connecting pass or that little bit of threat in the final third that would have probably given us a bit of a say in the result. So yeah, it was frustrating not to get something out of the game for sure. Review kind of confirms that we performed well, which is positive. So at least if you haven't got the 3 points, if you've got a positive performance, that's a good thing to build on. So yeah, no, it was good reflections.
And this weekend, going up against Boldmere, how do you make sure you build on that performance from last weekend?
Yeah, I think it's just as we go from training session to training session with a lot of new players in the team this season, it's always about tweaking and refining things that you feel you could have done better. There's lots of good stuff we really, really like about this group at the minute, and a lot of stuff that they're doing that's really, really pleasing that we can see coming straight out from training into games. And then it's just fine tuning, tweaking some of those areas that we feel we can be stronger. So that's a continuous work in progress. That'll be the case right the way through the season and beyond. That's always the way in football. You want to improve and you want your team to get better week on week. So we do our best to make sure that we're doing that. And then yeah, just looking at how we sort of mitigate some of Boldmere's threats and how we can exploit some of the things that we know we're really, really good at to make sure that we're getting the best out of our players on the day as well.
Yeah, on Boldmere, it was a team that lost to twice last season, but both games were quite close with set pieces being the difference. What kind of threat do you think they pose with new management staff and new players?
Yeah, exactly that. Well pointed out. I mean, they are a bit of a different team this year. They'll have some players, of course, that have been retained from last year, but they've brought new bodies in. The new manager will have a new playing style and a different way of approaching the game. So probably can't compare a huge amount from last year. Set pieces were something we've worked on massively this year, both in terms of defending and attacking. We feel we're better in both boxes for those. You can see that from our sort of goal tally as well. So that's something we're looking to refine all the time. And then we know that Boldmere are a sort of possession-based team that enjoy the ball, enjoy having the ball. So that will pose a little bit of a different threat from a couple of the other oppositions we've faced, but probably match up some of the challenges we've had as well. So yeah, we know a bit. We've seen a bit of footage of Boldmere. We'll approach the game, like I said, to really focus on how we can get the best out of our players when we've got the ball.
And as we're heading towards the halfway point of the season, both teams are closely matched in terms of league position and also closely matched in terms of opposition played, having played those teams that everyone kind of expects to be at the top end of the table. Does that mean it should be an even game that, like you say, you're going to have to be at your best to get anything from? Yeah,
listen, when you go on the road to established teams that have been in the division a long time, it's always going to be a tough challenge. Every game in this division is tough now. The standard of the league's gotten better this year for sure. And that being said, like I say, it'll be a new challenge. We don't know as much as we probably knew about the team last season. So yeah, it should be a challenging game. It's a game we're really, really looking forward to. And I think, again, just to emphasise the development of the club, it's a game we're really looking forward to, whereas probably last season you go in probably as underdogs. We're now, as you've seen from the table, competing at the right end alongside Boldmere, so that's a really good progress from us as a club. And yeah, we'll be really looking forward to going into the game this Sunday and giving a good account of ourselves.